Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are in my closet. Literally, like, look, you are in my closet. There are all my shirts. And today, I really wanted to just sit down and word vomit to y'all. And I want to talk about why these two albums are the top two albums of my life. Good Riddance by Gracie Abrams and The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. Let's start with Tortured Poets. Now, this album came out at a very important time in my life. It came out April of 2024, last year. And it was a month before I graduated. And I feel like when you're in the mind space of graduating, it can be very conflicting. Especially if you're someone like me. I've never experienced love. I didn't know what I was going to do after high school. I knew I had a job and that was about it. And I kind of went about my summer like thinking it was just a normal summer and I was gonna go back to school, and then I didn't, and I just kept working, and it was hard. It was a hard thing to adjust to, and this album came out at a perfect time. When I look back through it, like, I still remember when I heard Fortnite for the first time. Like, whenever I hear those beginning synths and beats, it takes me back. If I could listen to a song again for the first time ever, it would be Fortnite, definitely. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Like, I resonated this with some friendships I lost when they saw Forever and they smashed it up. Down Bad. So Long London. Like, So Long London puts me in a headspace where, like, it's a song that can instantly make me feel misery, even if I'm not miserable. Like, just the lyrics, like, I didn't opt in to be your odd man down. I founded the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew. You left me out the house by the heath. You swore that you loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar waiting for the proof. Like, just such a good song. Fresh Out the Slammer, I've been resonating with that recently. Where it's like, now pretty baby, I'm running back home to you. Fresh Out the Slammer, I know who my first call will be to. Almost said Florida. Guilty as Sin. Guilty as Sin is such a good song. I think about it with this guy I like right now, and I'm like, what if we just got together and ran away? Like, what if I rolled the stone away? They're gonna crucify me anyway. What if the way you hold me is actually what's holy? Like, what if when you hold me and you hug me, like, when you hold me and you hug me, it cures me. Like, suddenly, like, all the terrors I think about are gone. Who's afraid of little old me? Like, I can fix him. No, really, I can't. Like, with Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, like, I feel like I come off as innocent and sweet, and then people, once they meet me, try to paint me out as, like, this terrible picture. And I can fix them. No, really, I can. Like, just get with me and I'll fix you, baby. Loss of my life. I put this with a friendship that I just lost. You shit talked me under the tables, talking rings and talking cradles. I wish I could unrecall how we almost had it all. Like, I forgave you, and I was ready to just have you as my friend for the rest of my life, but you shit talked me under the tables when I was talking about how I forgave you, and everything was gonna be alright. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart has been really hitting. There's some days where, like, I can't get out of bed, because Sunny Counterfeit's dead, where I can't get out of bed, and life just feels hard to go on, but I put this song on, and I think, no, I can do it. Like, I might be miserable and just overall feeling awful, but I can do it. I can get through my day. The Alchemy. It's such a good love song. And then The Anthology makes it even better. Like, I'm Gonna Get You Back. So high school when that came out, and I just think about how I would go to my crush's football games. And I drove 4 hours to this man's last football game of his senior year to watch him play. And I wish So High School was out by then, because it felt so high school. Peter, don't even get me started on Peter. It's such a good song. The Albatross. I'm Gonna Get You Back. I Hate It Here. So last year on my Spotify Wrapped, Fortnite was at number 1, and I Hate It Here was at 5. And now this year, I Hate It Here was at number 1, and Fortnite was at number 2. And I Hate It Here just really describes my year this year. Like, it was hard. There was a lot of change, and there were some points where I just didn't want to live anymore. Like, I didn't want to go through life. And I hated hearing in my headphones, and it really helped me escape to secret gardens in my mind. Where, like, I'm lonely but I'm good, I'm bitter but I swear I'm fine. I'll save all my romanticism for my inner life, and I'll get lost on purpose. Like, I feel like I have so much love to give, and so much to do, but maybe it's not meant for right now. Maybe it's meant to wait. And this album is so good. It's my album of the year, album of my life. I'm a firm believer that this should have won album of the year. If I could compare the two, I wish this would have won album of the year over Midnight's. And I purely believe Taylor should have won her first song of the year Grammy for Fortnite. Like, I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me. I took the miracle move on drug. The effects were temporary. Like, this album is so good, and it's not something you're supposed to understand in one listen. That's what happened. This got critically panned when it first came out, and it's not something you can just listen to once and be like, oh yeah, I understand it. It took me a few months to understand this. I hear a whole year later, and now it's my favorite Taylor Swift album of all time. It's her best work yet. Just, you need to give this album time to thoroughly understand it. Good Riddance by Gracie Abrams. This album just when I first listened to it, I was like, boring, like Secret of Us is better. But coming back to it, I love this album. Best, I love that word vomit, where it's like, and I destroyed every silver lining you had in your head, all your feelings, I played with them, go ahead, we can just call it conditioning, we were too different, you were so sensitive, gave me the best of that, I was so negligent, now I feel terrible about how I handled it, now I bet you resent me, all of it, angry, blocking me over the internet, I promise I won't forget all of my fault in this, because look at me, I'm alone, sitting here, staying home, all of my self-control kind of got difficult, but I deserve it though, like, bro, like, I love that word vomit she does. I know it won't work. Where do we go now? Like, those songs, like, just come one after the other. I should hate you. Will you cry? This is what the drugs are for. Like, when I'm numb to my emotions, I put on this is what the drugs are for. And it kind of helps me understand what I'm thinking. Fault line. When I hear those beginning strings, like, I need a 10-hour version of just those beginning strings. Because I feel like those beginning sounds, like the first 5 seconds of Fault Line, like, speaks so much and says so much. And like I said, this album, it took a while for me to understand. Like, when I first heard it, boring, but now I come back to it, and it's literally one of my it's my second favorite album of all time, right behind Tortured Poets Department. Like, I hope to be able to write an album like this one day. Like, I want to write a project about misery, beautiful misery, and I'm low-key praying for a misery era for me, but I want to be able to just be at a miserable point in my life, or maybe just, like, think about my life and view the wreckage in my head and just write down all my thoughts and edit it to sound like song lyrics, and to just take all the weight I've ever felt and just put it out there, and maybe have it be a weight off of my shoulders. Taylor said she's at the happiest point in her life now with the life of a showgirl, and she looks back at this and she's like, I love this art about misery and everything. And one of the biggest things that these albums got panned with is that they all sound the same, but that's the point. Like, think about Taylor. She just got broken up with. She's on the biggest tour of her life. She's feeling all these feelings being depicted in the media, and she's just writing her songs. Like, a person can feel one emotion and have different thoughts on one emotion. She can have 5 different unique thoughts on one emotion, and it's supposed to mimic that headspace you're trapped in, where yes, you're miserable and you're sad, but you're sad for many different reasons. And she's feeling all these, she just got broken up with. She went through a situationship. She's on the biggest stage in her life, having to convince herself that she's happy so she can go perform these shows and put on the best show ever. and she's in a new relationship, and she's being depicted by the media in so many ways, and it's hard on her. And she's just writing all these songs. And is the anthology, does it add a lot? 31 songs on one album. There's a lot of fat on there. Can it be trimmed? Yes, but it all makes a story that's worth telling. And I think that's the beauty of it. These 15, 16 long albums just perfectly articulate, like, I don't know how I feel in life right now. I feel like my life's the definition of, because I'm miserable and nobody even knows, try to come for my job, like, going through it and feeling all this way. And it's a therapy. Sometimes I'll get ready in the day and I'll put this album on. It's like, did you put these albums on? It's like, did you even try to be happy today? Did you? But yeah, I just wanted to quickly come on here and say why these are my favorite albums of all time. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Give these albums a spin. Remember, you're not going to understand them right away. It's going to take time, a few months, maybe even a year. But after all that, you'll find out why these albums are the top 2 albums of my life. And yeah, I know I just kind of info dumped and word vomited, but that's the best way to talk about these albums. I want to try to write a cohesive video essay about this one. So yeah, maybe that will come out one day. Who knows? But bye, guys. I love y'all.